So I've been messing around with this device for a few days now, and I've come to love and hate it at the same time. Okay, it's got a lot of things that I enjoy, but then it's got a lot of issues that bother me, that have just frustrated me. And I understand why some of the reviews have been lackluster for it. But today I wanted to highlight the positives because I do think this device has a lot of potential. And if Lenovo gets their shit together, it could seriously be the best handheld on the market. And I want to give you 5 reasons why I think you should purchase this device. Before I jump in, though, I want to be clear. I'm not going to be talking about the screen, okay? Because I highly doubt this is the first video you watch. I know, you're a freaking degenerate. You've been watching videos nonstop. You want me to give you 20 reasons? I know, man. I know. Okay, we know how the screen is, okay? So I'm not going to talk about the obvious. I'm going to pick out 5 other reasons, okay? It's sick. The screen is good. Okay, just so I don't make this video super long, I'm going to keep most of my explanations pretty brief and simple. If you guys have any further questions or you want me to go into some deeper dives, let me know in the comments and I'll make some extra videos. But without further ado, reason number one is going to be game and launcher support. Being a Windows handheld, this thing can basically play anything that you want. Launchers from Steam and Epic, and even some cloud gaming services like GeForce Now. For my console gamers, Xbox or PlayStation, you're going to have the Xbox app that you could jump into and play some Game Pass, or you could download the PlayStation Remote Play and, get your PS5 games going. It's super easy and convenient to get all of these things downloaded, installed, and you won't have to buy any new games right off the bat. You could play some of the games that you already been playing so you could get used to the device. Reason number two is it's more than a gaming handheld. Even though the main reason you're probably going to be using it is for gaming, it's not all it could do. It's basically a mini laptop or like a Windows tablet. You could do a lot of basic functions on it and truly maximize its potential. For instance, you could connect it to an external monitor or your TV and browse the web, watch some videos. You could work on Microsoft Word or Excel spreadsheets. The possibilities are essentially the same as a laptop. And that makes it very convenient, especially for traveling. If you're someone that usually takes a few devices with you, for instance, I like to take my iPad and my Switch. The iPad's for movies, the Switch is for gaming. In theory, I could pull up Netflix on this device or HBO Max, whatever streaming service, and then when I don't want to watch a movie, I'll pull up my gaming. It's all done on one device. So that convenience, I think, might be kind of overlooked with these Windows handhelds because, we're mainly trying to game on them, but in reality, you could do whatever you want on this thing. Okay, if you want to go into the room and put up some xxx.com websites, I mean, you could do that, but listen, you don't want no viruses on this thing, all right? Take it easy. Reason number three is the mouse and FPS mode, which has been getting a lot of negative press, I guess. But personally, I think it's badass. I mean, you could jump into a first person shooter and start playing like you're on a PC essentially without the keyboard. And for all my, console gamers, the hardest part for me, because, I'm a PC gamer, was always the keyboard, learning that aspect of it. The mouse is very easy to handle. Anybody can jump in and just, you're already used to a mouse. You've used a computer before. The keyboard and the movement, it makes it difficult. But this eliminates the keyboard, so you're still got your left joystick to move around with. And then the mouse, I mean, it works just like a real mouse. The aiming is easy, actually. It's not hard at all. Um, there is a little bit of a learning curve in terms of the button mapping, which is the most annoying feature of it. That's the only caveat, is having to go into settings and map your buttons, because every game is going to have different buttons and they're not all going to be mapped, and you're going to have to map them differently from other games, and it's just something that you're not going to have muscle memory for it. But once you're in and you're only playing one game at a time, which is going to be my recommendation, it's a lot of fun, and it's kind of cool that you could just set it up anywhere you are and start playing. Okay, reason number four, and probably my favorite, is going to be emulation. This device's ability to emulate games is sick, and it's still early, so it's only going to get better. But being a Windows handheld, you have access to multiple launchers like Launchbox or Play Night. Currently, I'm using EmuDeck because I'm just familiar with it. It is in early access right now, but it's going to be free by the end of the year. So, and it makes it really easy because I'm new to emulation. So if you're new to it, uh, EmuDeck is it's just so easy to install and get your games up and running. Currently I have games like the Nintendo GameCube, we have the Switch, the Dreamcast, PSP, PS2, DS, Game Boy, you name it, this thing can play it. It's just nice to be able to play some games that you played as a kid, or maybe some games that you never had a chance to play. And on this screen, they just look so good. So if you get a chance, trust me, emulate some games on this. Okay, and reason number five is potential and support. So just like any other device. If it doesn't have any support from the company, it's probably going to flop. As of right now, I'm kind of banking on Lenovo because they've had some good communication. They had a post on Reddit talking about all the things that basically the community was complaining about and some of the fixes and software updates that are coming. Apparently, we got one coming on the 30th of November, end of the month. So if you're on the fence about buying this because of the software issues, you could wait it out for like another week, see how the update is, if they end up fixing things, improving things. A lot of these systems, this is how they started when they first dropped. It's not ideal for companies to release kind of like an unfinished product, but it happens. Okay, there's nothing we can do. As long as there's technology, these issues are going to come across. But as long as that company is on top of it and they're fixing it, they're sending updates, and it's something that's being supported throughout the years, it could be a successful device. And if Lenovo is on top of it, I really think this thing could be one of the best handhelds on the market. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm trying something different with this one. I had a voiceover. I've never done it before. I hope it turned out good. And then, like I said, if there's anything you guys want me to get deeper on, I know the emulation is probably going to be a big thing. Just let me know in the comments and I'll get some videos up on that. So appreciate it again. Take care.